Hi guys, welcome to my channel Simply Michelle, and if you're here for the first time, welcome. And I have been reading the story called The Promise, written by moi, of course. And yes, I see that persons have been enjoying thus far. It's showing in the comment section. Appreciate each and every one of you for your support, for being here, and for coming back. God bless you, bless you, bless you. So, without itching, let us get right into the story. I tell you guys, I am not perfect, but from that day, I never looked at God the same. And let me tell you, meeting Sandra that day was no coincidence. It was definitely the work of the Lord, said James. What he didn't tell you guys was that day I came to the wrong launch. Actually, I had a meeting with the brand manager for the hotel. However, it was my first time visiting and lost my direction, shame to say. Then lo and behold, as you heard, I walked right into my past, who have become my future, and now my husband. However, I do not want to bore you guys, said Sandra. No way, Sandra. We are not bored at all. Actually, my wife and I can identify with the awesomeness of God and how He had led us together also. Nevertheless, next time we can share with you guys if the opportunity presents itself, said Ben. Most definitely, we will hold you to that, Ben, said James. How about we meet up in the morning at the beach for that crab and lobster in the water, said Sandra. Then agreed James. What do you think, my love? Asked Tessa. No problem, provided that we can have our couples massage after, responded Ben. Absolutely. We will be back in more than sufficient time, responded James. Okay, we're in, said Ben. I take it you guys are also followers of Christ, asked Sandra. Yes, we are His followers, of course, answered Tessa with a pleased look on her face. So, where do you guys worship? Asked Ben. We worship at Hackney, UPC. Bless the Lord, I have been a follower of Christ for a while, over a year. Nevertheless, my wife has been a follower of His for over 20 years, said James. We are happy to have met you guys. Hopefully we'll stay in touch, said Tessa and Ben. Yes, agreed, said the Millers, after which they retired for the night. The night began to get chilly. That's when Ben and Tessa called it quits. 10 minutes later, Tessa ran a warm bath. Soon after, they were cuddling in bed. What a beautiful story the Millers shared earlier, expressed Tessa. Yes, it reminds me a lot of us. It's just awesome how God works. He really do all things well, said Ben. They seem to be a lovely couple. I am pleased to have met them, expressed Tessa. Yes, they seem to be nice people, agreed Ben. You know Sam proposed to Ashley, right? Yes, I was there when she told us. I wonder why Sam didn't say it to you earlier, said Tessa. I think he's waiting until after our wedding and for us to get back home first, not wanting to raid on our parade or on our moment. Knowing Sam, he has always been so thoughtful. He will be a good husband to Ashley. They suit each other well, expressed Ben. Yes, murmured Tessa. They'll be fine. Tessa reached for the note Ben had given her earlier with the necklace. Tessa reached for the note Ben had given her earlier with the necklace. Thank you for this note. It means a lot, said Tessa. More than the necklace? Asked Ben, jokingly with a smile. Yes and no, she answered honestly. The note reads, to my wife, Mrs. Tessa Marie Alain. The only woman who is able to touch my heart in places I once thought was unknown. You have caused me to feel emotions I have only read about and once assumed to be myth. In less than 2 days, I have come to realize meeting you was faith. Becoming your friend was a choice, but falling in love with you was beyond my control. It took me 3 seconds to say I love you and 3 hours to explain it. And now I have a lifetime to prove it to you. I love you, babe. You soothe the rhythm of my flesh with peace, and it is with utmost gratitude I thank the Lord for sending you to me. I am honored to walk through the chaos and beauty with your soul needed to mine. My heart is at peace, knowing you are permanently in my life. Tessa read the note that Ben had handed to her with the necklace, then gently folded the note. She looked at Ben and could not stop crying tears of joy. He pulled her in his arms and sent trails of kisses all over her face that made her smile. Soon after, they fell asleep in each other's arms. The following morning, the happy couple decided to have a light breakfast in their hotel room while they made a few calls. Hey Mom, did you and Dad made it back safely? Asked Ben. Oh my goodness. You heard that, Baron? He is calling us Mom and Dad once more. Thank you, Jesus. I know this day will come. Be Mrs. Jones was not able to control her emotions. Get used to it, Mom. Get used to it, Mom. It took me a while. So sorry for taking so long to get here, expressed Ben. Mrs. Jones was overwhelmed with emotions. Mr. Jones moved in and took over the call. No apology needed, son. No apology needed. We're just overjoyed. Thank you. Thank you for making us proud parents and happy ones, to say the least, said Mr. Jones, as his voice has broken. As a result, he took a pause, trying to compose himself. Dad, are you okay? Asked Ben frantically. I am fine, son. My eyes are just running water. It seems something got into them. That made Ben smile. I love you too, Dad, said Ben. All right, my son. Let me put you back to your mom. Give Tessa my love, said Mr. Jones, and handed his wife the phone. Yes, son. Sorry for that. We are home. We're fine. Also, you and Tessa. Also, you and Tessa home in Boston are sorted. Say hello to Tessa. Give her my love. You guys enjoy yourselves now. See you after you get back home. And take care of yourselves. She's right here, Mom. You can tell her, said Ben. Hello, Mrs. Jones. Thank you for everything, said Tessa. You are family, Tessa dear. Feel free to call me Mom or Barbara, said Mrs. Jones. Okay, Mom, said Tessa and smiled. There you go. That's better, my beautiful daughter, said Mrs. Jones. I will not hold you any longer. Love you both, said Mrs. Jones. Love you, responded Tessa. Okay, Mom, love you. Laters, said Ben and ended the call. Ring! Ring! Ben's phone began to buzz in his hand. Hello? Hey, Sam. What's up, dude? Ben beaming with joy. Top of the morning to you and your lovely wife, echoed Sam. Greetings, Sam. How are you and Ash? Asked Tessa. Hey, girl, we're fine. How does it feel to be a married woman? You know what, Tess, save that answer for later when we really get to talk. Out of the presence of these boys, said Ashley with a laugh. Okay, Ash, we will talk soon, said Tessa with a big smile and handed Ben the phone. So Ben, Greg and Patricia had to leave early. They have some emergency work, our assignment to deal with. They didn't want to disturb you guys on your honeymoon, so here I am passing the message. I also have something I have been meaning to tell you. However, I'm letting you know now. Ashley and I are engaged. I asked her to marry me, said Sam. Yes, Sam. I will fill you in on the details when you guys get back, said Sam. What about Mike? How is he? Asked Ben. Well, he's having the time of his life. He and Jules, of course. He said he will hail you guys when you get back to Boston. Something about allowing the newlyweds to fly and spread their wings and discover the nest. Laughed Ben. That's my boy. He's seizing the moment, said Ben. Yes, that is Michael, all right. Nevertheless, Michael and I, we're leaving for Boston day after tomorrow. Take care of yourselves and Mrs. Allen, of course. Love you guys, expressed Sam. Well, love you guys. I heard you, Sam, said Ben. Love you too, my dude. Love you, my friend, and thanks again for everything, expressed Ben and ended the call. Ben was silent for a moment, just looking into thin air. What has happened, my love? Asked Tessa. What has happened, my love? Inquired Tessa as she re-entered the sitting room. I was just thinking how blessed we are to have such good friends, he whispered. Tessa nodded his head in agreement, then put the sun lotion in her bag. Ready to leave for the sea? Remember to pack your shades, my love. Coughed Ben. Are you okay? Asked Tessa. I'm fine, said Ben quickly and nodded his head. Okay, can we go now? So we can return in time for our couple's massage, said Tessa. The sea water was warm and nice. It was a beautiful sunny day. Not to mention the clear, clean, glassy water. It was breathtaking. The Millers were already there having fun, and the fast jet skis. Soon after, they were joined by Ben and Tessa. Ben and Tessa took turns riding the jet skis. They had loads of fun. As the warm sea water splashed them in the face, Tessa screamed with excitement as she revved the jet ski. Sandra and James was nowhere in sight. Several hours later, both the Allens and the Millers meet up for a quick lunch in the middle of the shallow part. Meet up for lunch in the shallow part of the sea. They were having garlic butter lobster and crab and king crab in garlic and onion with butter, with watermelon, pineapple, and fried bami. The beautiful view of the mountain that lies in the background gave the ambience of serenity. Ben reached for his wife, hugging her from the back in an attempt to keep her warm. How are you enjoying your roast lobster, my love? He asked. It's different from what I'm used to. It's different from what I'm used to having, but it's delicious nonetheless, especially with the fresh pineapple and watermelon right here in the sea. And oh my God, the peppery seasoned king crabs, woof, in garlic and butter sauce with the sweet tangy jackfruit. Oh, I'm tasting paradise, said Tessa, and everyone burst out in laughter. Yes, it is so yummy. I just can't get enough, agreed Sandra. I have always loved seafood, to be honest, she said. After several hours have passed, Ben exclaimed, "Thank you guys. It has been a blast. Another day well spent with good company. However, Tessa and I, we have to go. We have our spa appointment in a few minutes. To be honest, in less than 20 minutes, explained Ben. Okay, my friend. See you later, said James, while the ladies hugged and said their goodbyes. The earlier parts of the day flew by so quickly. This couple's massage is heavenly. Oh my God, I feel so light and de-stressed. Just what I needed after a long day of activity on the beach, said Tessa. Amen, responded Ben, with his face covered in face mask and cucumber over his eyes. After which they have complimentary fruits and drinks in the pool. I have to start watching what I'm eating This hotel is going to get me all thick, said Tessa, laughing. I'm not complaining, said Ben, with a cheeky grin on his face. Cheers to new beginnings, love and happiness and long life, said Ben. He stood in his white shirt and orange shorts to match Tessa's swimsuit as they happily knocked their glasses together, their glasses of fruit juice together, to cheer in their excitement, enjoying the rooftop pool. Several days have passed by. Several days has passed. It was now time for the happy couple to check out of the hotel for their home. While they were doing their final checks at the front desk, the floor manager, Mrs. Tesson Rowe, inquired for the couple. Good morning, Mr. and Mrs. Olling. I am Mrs. Tessa Rowe, floor manager here at Secrets, St. James, Montego Bay. And she quickly passed. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry, excuse my manners, said Tesson. It can't be. It can't be, she repeated and apologized. Yes, as I was saying, on the behalf of the hotel and our marketing department, I would like to present you both with this basket of our island finest Jamaican spices and herbs, and also a souvenir. The spices include turmeric, bay leaf, pimento seed, Scotch bonnet pepper, cloves, nutmeg, ginger, garlic, and this souvenir, it's a 2-pound Blue Mountain coffee from right here in Jamaica, up in the peaks of Blue Mountain, of course. We were informed that you are allergic to alcohol, Mr. Allen, so we opt to offer the coffee instead, said Mrs. Rowe. You are both, said Mrs. Rowe. Thank you. On the behalf of my wife and I, we appreciate this token. I assure you it means a lot, and we will find great use for these products. You are both most welcome, she said. Ben have noticed that even though she tried to keep up her bubbly persona, something was bugging this woman. I am sorry, but earlier you seemed overwhelmed when you first saw me. It's almost as if you saw a ghost, as you will say here in Jamaica, asked Ben, and that caused Sandra to chuckle. Well, you see, Mr. Allen, actually, you're right. You look exactly like my late dad. Your persona, your mannerism, your height, every single thing. Actually, it's freaking me out. However, it took me by surprise. I lost my balance, that's all, said Tesson. Still looked all shaken up. I can't explain it either, Mrs. Rowe. However, you seem so familiar. Nevertheless, I'm sure this is the first time I am meeting you. So excuse me for asking this question I'm about to ask. Go ahead, Mr. Allen, he said. She said, what was your father's maiden name? And if I'm hearing correctly, you said that he passed. You said earlier that he passed. Ben stuttered in confusion. No problem, Mr. Allen. Yes, he has passed away for many years now. His name was Leroy Olin. She said, and Ben's feet buckled beneath him immediately. Thank God, Tessa was